one of those days that a girl goes through when I'm angry inside. Don't want to take it out on you. Yes, it's one of those days. Welcome back to my channel. This is your girl Sharon, aka the Melanin Nostalgia Runner or Nostalgic Runner. Again, you can address me as either. And by the way, guess some of y'all didn't know, I do have a voice on me. But yeah, but again, welcome back to my channel. This is actually another part of the Get Fit With Me yoga series, yoga edition of the series. And today we are going to do yoga with Adrian, but we're going to do something a little bit different. As you may have figured out from the very beginning of this video, I didn't do the normal intro because, you know, us ladies, when you know, you know. That's what's happening right now. But the good thing is with her, and I'm sure there's other yoga YouTubers that have it too, but I just really mainly found it with her, which actually helped me discover her channel to begin with. She has a couple different yoga practices out there specifically for that when you're just not feeling your best because of mother naturing. So we're going to do one of those practices today. It's really there's actually one that's literally labeled that. So if you want to just go on the YouTube and you can find it. I will just, again, like I always do, put her actual YouTube link in the description. This practice, again, is probably going to be a lot more chilled. There's not going to be any downward facing dogs because, you know, when that's happening, inverted poses are not probably the most recommended. I mean, you could do that, but it's not the most recommended. I've heard conflicting information by different people who are yoga experts on their take on that. I could take it or leave it. When days when it's not so bad, I just do normal yoga, but yeah, I woke up, I slept horribly last night because of everything that was going on. And yeah. Yeah. I will probably maybe have a separate story time of why that is. And it's pretty common of why that is. The first couple of days for me, it's just horrible. But anyway, I digress. This is not about my problems of the female variety. This is about getting fit and continuing to get fit despite how you actually feel. Now, again, I don't recommend doing any forms of workout or things like that when you actually truly feel like there's a problem. This is more like, I'm not comfortable, but I'm sure once I do this, I will actually feel better and can just go about my day, because that's one thing about exercise. It does make things feel better, at least for me. Anyway, I hope you enjoy. We're going to get to it. So we're going to start the yoga practice today in a seated position. You do notice that I do have a pillow ready to go because the practice does call for that today. So I am sitting on the pillow as instructed and sitting in this particular sit-up position with my hands on my knees. And the focus is just kind of calm down the breathing and try to get some comfort of some sort. That's, I guess, the intention of this pose. So we actually sit in that pose for a while, and then from that pose, we're going to lean back a little bit, kind of stretch the neck, And then from that, then we are going to transition to a cobbler pose, still on the pillow. No, in her video, she doesn't have a cat. She does have a dog in her cat called Benji, but she doesn't pet her dog constantly. Yes, my version of yoga is clearly modified for my cat. From the cobbler pose and kind of just stretching with your head, with the head down, we're now we're back up, still in the cobbler pose, but now we're just working the neck. From the cobbler pose, we're now going to transition over to a head to knee pose on both sides, squaring your torso with your extended leg and bent from your hips. With this particular practice, it's extremely important not to try not to overstretch. And really all you're doing is just trying to move like your like the things inside your body so that you feel better. Just because this is practice that literally is catered towards when you have all the symptoms of PMS. One thing is nice in between doing the um, pose that we're doing on both sides. She does have you basically go back to a seated position and hug the pillow so that you can basically give yourself a hug. From the head to knee pose, we are transitioning back over to a cobbler pose, and we are temporarily moving the pillow. It might not be obvious in the video, but also in this cobbler pose, as we're laying doing a full stretch of it, I am also massaging my feet as well. She calls for us to do that if we want to basically kind of, pamper ourselves, if you will. And of course, it wouldn't be a yoga practice without the cat cow. After doing quite a few rounds of the cat-cow pose, we are now going to transition over to extended child's pose. After being in the extended child's pose for a couple minutes, we are then going to transition over to lying on our back, but we are bringing the pillow back into the practice where we're going to be using the pillow as a bolster to go in between the knees. So we're laying down for some time, but one of the things we do transition to doing is just rubbing our belly very gently, kind of trying to, soothe the pain, if you will. That's actually one of the reasons why I picked this practice. From rubbing the belly, we are now going to transition over into Shavasana, aka corpse pose, moving one hand at a time off the belly onto our sides. And there also is a neck movement that's I'm doing, if you might notice, I'm just moving my head from left to right to kind of just stretch that as well. And there's going to be a mini surprise at the end of this practice, and all I'm going to say is just wait for it. There it is. Whisper had to do her thing, and she decided she was going to partake in the Shavasana with me. You would think just from the video this hurts, especially since I didn't feel very well. Actually, she's in a spot where it actually feels great that she's there, so it's a good thing. So that concludes the yoga series with Adrienne. And it was roughly about, I want to say 19 minutes was the practice. Well, the video is 19 minutes. I would say she talked for about a minute. So I would say it would have been like more of like an 18-minute practice. It was good. The thing is, I've done that one multiple times before whenever I don't feel well due to the situation at hands of the once a month variety. You can do the math on what that is. I do that and it does help me feel better, a little bit better, but I kind of was concerned, and you will probably see on the following video that I do that one so often. I'm not sure how. The more you do something a lot, the more it's not as effective. Like, for example, exercising. When you exercise, you have to switch it up when you exercise. I have so many different types of exercise routines I did throughout the years, and I've switched it up multiple times because your body gets used to it, and then after that, it's just not really doing anything anymore for you. So that's my only concern about that video, is like, I've done it a lot, so I'm not sure if that's going to be the best thing. But besides that, it's a good video. It's not going to be high impact for obvious reasons, but it's enough to get you moving and like at least remedy the fatigue aspect of it, or the sluggish aspect you have prior to doing anything, and when you just roll out of bed and you just feel like, ugh. So I do feel better after doing that. But anyways, I'm rambling and I'll keep going on and on forever. If you guys found anything out of what you saw from me and you want to check out her content, definitely feel free to do so. I'll leave the link in the description. I'm going to have you sit through it though, because I want you to, the whole purpose of this particular series is to get you active and you find what works for you, because I'm not going to tell you what works for you. Anyways, like, comment, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you next time. Bye.